So are you ready to steal items from monsters and become the CHAMELEOS? Because I know I am! Hello then, my fellow hunters, and you know what it's time for, that good time of the week. New monster combinations to stab, with new rewards that are oh so fab, and even a new patch that'll make your game run not bad. Yes, in any case, it is that wonderful moment where there is new stuff to do, which is always more fun than when there is not new stuff to do. So before we talk about today's actually fairly all being well significant patch, let's, well, go have a catch up with Monday the cat. As always, a new week means new bounties to complete with a fresh set of rewards to claim, all of which, as always, are certainly worth doing so. And the other three categories too, if you really want to be a weekly completionist. Then, as we head to Alma and have a look at our new event quests, there is only one truly new event quest of the week. However, it is quite the event quest. Before that, though, we do still have all of your arch-tempers, as always, your regular farming useful thing event quests that are still up, like your armor spheres, and then we have the return of 9-star Guardian Fulgur Anjanath if you want to experience that 9-star challenge, either for the first time as you missed him when he first appeared, or just because you really like killing high-health Guardian Fulgur Anjanaths. I'm not gonna judge you, but I will now draw your eye to this. A Lalabarina, a Doshagama. They're both 5-star tempered, and this is an 8-star hunt. So these guys are, as they say, juiced. Lalas and toads and bears, oh my. This is very, very fun. Seems like a lot's going on in the Scarlet Forest at the moment. In addition to a Paratoad outbreak, we've got a Lalabarina and Doshagama running amok. Bring balance back to the forest and you'll be rewarded with materials to craft special equipment. And that's always an exciting thing to read. Yes, feline wanted poster. Let's get in there. So not only does it have the aforementioned tempered Doshagama and Lalabarina, there are 3 tempered Congolalas running around, which I just find absolutely hilarious. The perfect kind of chaos monster to get involved into the mix if it does indeed spot you. The Lalabarina then is a crown, which again is always really nice to see, and by God, is it a big Lalabarina. It really is kind of Raknakadaki size, which is just wonderful. Other than that then, it is, as we say, the strongest Lalabarina you are ever going to face. Let's be real here, and that's really satisfying, as normally Lalabarina, let's be honest, doesn't exactly have the greatest amount of staying power, and I'm not about to say that this is suddenly, you know, a deep challenge or anything, but it's certainly much less of a pushover than its kind of regular counterparts and options. In any case, blast your way through this Lalabarina, and then you are ready to move on to your Doshagama. And yes, the toad part of the quest is actually relevant. The map has 3 separate Paratoad outbreaks guaranteed to be happening every time you go on it, which is actually really, really fun, and it does make me wonder why that's not been used more to create fun little event quests if you guarantee certain conditions like that, and I hopefully that does come up more. In any case, yes, the Doshagama is certainly going to feel a little bit harder than the Lalabarina, also a crown, which is really nice to see. And honestly, the Lalabarina really, did some actual damage, which is still so strange to see out of a Lalabarina. But Doshagama-wise, we've had the big boy 9-star Doshagama, so of course this doesn't really come close to that. But hey, it's still a nice, powerful-ish Doshagama on the forest, which is somewhere we've not had one before, so that's all well and good, and I do think he's always quite an enjoyable fight. So once you get through him, well, you are finally ready to claim the very, very important reward, which, apart from the usual you may expect from a hunt like this, is this, the feline wanted poster. And this not only is going to unlock some new armor, but a weapon. The armor then, perhaps slightly less excitingly, is a feline set, and it is the thief set. And that still makes it very, very cool because it's a very kind of classically Monster Hunter Palico getup. The paw stick swiping at you, stealing your items. A lot of people are going to see this and have some serious trauma, and that's quite fun. It is really cool to see that back for the Palico. In any case, though, the weapon. The weapon in question is a sword and shield, so they are eating quite well when it comes to event quest weapons. And indeed, it is the feline tree, and as you might imagine, very feline themed. The cat's paw, the lovely little wooden shield with the cat face, is just adorable, and indeed, the weapon, air quotes, itself is charming too. Also, 240 raw attack with some paralysis and affinity. Only blue sharpness, and only the potential of blue sharpness means that this isn't going to be anywhere close to, meta. But hey, as a layered option, wow, that is really, really fun. Especially with not having an element and only having a status at this stage. However, catburgler. This is where it's at. Grants a small chance of obtaining various items when landing critical hits. That is super fun. So you could pop this on, get your affinity up to 100%, and just go to town stealing items from monsters. I have no doubt it'll be parts, as well as perhaps maybe stuff like mushrooms, or even full potions, who knows, and just become the CHAMELEOS, become the feline, and that's really, really neat. What a cool thing to have added, certainly at this stage where just having silly fun sets is the way to go. And that's it then for actual in-game you can do it stuff. But what else there is, well, this. Today's update. This is the January part of the continued promised performance roadmap, and there is a lot going on here. It will be active, and there is, well, major additions, as you can see, a lot of fixes and changes, and improved CPU GPU processing, which is actually a really, really big deal, as that's quite a lot of the issues that a lot of people do have. You can have a look at this yourself and see what applies to any problems you might still be having, but it is really nice to see this. Notably, though, they have fixed the recent DLC issue with you slowing down the less you have around the hub areas, and that's really nice to see that so quickly get built into this patch that was already pre-planned based on the recent outcry, let's call it. So yes, having this nice little performance update to go along with this new weapon event quest is a lovely little twosome for this week, and I hope you enjoy both. And indeed, there we are then. We are slowly but surely getting to February, which means slowly but surely getting to Artian Arkveld and the weapon contest and all of that good stuff for Wilds' last little high rank hurrah, and I for one cannot wait. But for now, I hope you enjoy getting your cat's paw, and until next time, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for said more. Consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.